Hi everyone. I'm planning on doing the potato diet, and this is day one. I'm actually making my turmeric potatoes, and I'm just chopping them, showing you how I dice them, and uh, basically going to water saute with different spices: salt, pepper, turmeric, paprika, and cumin. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in the pan before I add the spices. I'm going to put it on just a medium heat, and here's my spices lined up. And I just basically sprinkle. There you go. This looks like a lot, but it's really not. It's all of it combined. And I'll just kind of toss it, whatever didn't hit. I just kind of toss it, let it heat up. I couldn't really toss it with the spatula, so one-handedly with the camera, trying to do my little skill there. So it's heated up, and I could tell it's heated up, so I'm going to add just a little bit of water. It's not boiling yet, but once it starts boiling and stuff, if you have a cover it up. That'll help your potatoes cook quicker and more even. This pot is so big, I don't have a cover for it, so I just add as much water. Like every time it comes out, I just add more water to it. This is what it looks like on the plate. I didn't add any ketchup or anything this morning to it. I just ate it plain with the spices. I do have a 50% less sugar ketchup that I actually try to eat with. So that way I'm not putting, and it has no oil in it as well. That's what I'm hoping to do with this diet. On the rules, no oil. Sugar, I'm trying to go with no sugar, but mainly no processed sugar. I have gained the quarantine 15 and went up to 300 pounds again. So it's breakfast time, and I am eating my what I call turmeric potatoes. This is actually a dish I've done a few times. And you see in the previous part of the video that I use salt, pepper, turmeric, paprika, and a little bit of cumin. No oil. And the way I do it is kind of like a steam saute style with lots of water, and I let the water cook out at the very end because I keep adding water as it cooks out until the potatoes are done. I don't put a lid on top, which you can do to make it go faster, but I just don't have a lid that's big enough for that pan, so I don't put one on it. So I'm going to be doing the potato diet for 30 days. I've been awful this quarantine. I've went off my plant-based diet and eaten sweets and meat, processed foods, and I have gained the quarantine 15. I've been put on metformin, not for my sugar. I was finally diagnosed with PCOS, and I know better than to eat all this junk, much less without a diagnosis of PCOS. So this is my way to get back. There's going to be no oil, no fats. It's just going to be potatoes for the first 10 days. And I guess I could have tea and coffee if I wanted, but I really can't even drink that because I can't have caffeine. My anxiety attacks just get triggered way too much with caffeine. So it's going to be a lot of water, which I need. I need to get back into doing that. And the reason I'm doing it is to kind of like cleanse my palate, get out of that sugar addiction, get out of the processed food addiction. Try to curb the salt a bit. These potatoes that I'm doing today are actually just russet potatoes. I do plan on doing sweet potatoes as well. The regular potato is really good in folate and magnesium, but they lack vitamin A, so I'm going to make that up with the sweet potatoes. I do take a B12 supplement. Even if I eat meat, your body isn't guaranteed to process the B12, so even if you're a meat eater, look into B12 supplements. Let's see here. For the first 10 days, it's just going to be potatoes. That's it. Possibly some sugar-free and oil-free condiments, which I have found that in a ketchup before and in a barbecue sauce before. But probably just a lot of spices like what I used earlier, which, by the way, this dish is something that I actually do eat on a regular basis sometimes. When I'm doing my plant-based, actually getting through. I call these my turmeric potatoes. But for the first 10 days, only potatoes. And then the next 10 days will be potatoes and green vegetables. Although I might sneak some corn in there. And then the last 10 weeks is potatoes, vegetables, and fruits. So, and the fruits will be like once a day. That'll be like a dessert. And the reason I'm doing that is because I really want to cleanse my palate. I want to get back to enjoying the plant-based food, which is really hard to do when you've been eating the processed foods, and it coats your tongue and it coats your sensors in your brain. And it's just really hard to do. So this is my breakfast, and I guess what I've thought about doing for today is basically baking a sweet potato that I'm going to have for dinner, and then baking a whole lot of potatoes just for this week and stuff, so that way I can have that on hand and literally just like pop it out and eat it. And well, I also learned that apparently if you cook potatoes, let them cool, they become more of a resistant starch, which is kind of like the fiber, to where you don't absorb as much carbs and stuff. And I'm not trying to go low carb, but it's a benefit if I have to eat a cold potato. So there. But I am trying to think of all who has done this before. Crocs in the Kitchen, I know, did it for 2 weeks to jumpstart their plant-based nutritarian Dr. Joel Fuhrman diet. You've got spudfit.com. That guy did it for a whole year. There was the Potato Commissioner that I think triggered it all 8 years ago, that did it for like 2 months. And then High Carb Hannah, who's also on YouTube, she did it for a month, I believe, 4 years ago, right before SpudFit came out, and he was doing it in Australia. I think his name's Andrew. And I'm trying to think who else, but if you just Google it and also look on YouTube, you'll see. And that's kind of how I've designed this diet, was around that, like the commissioner guy, and I think the Crocs, and possibly Andrew Taylor. I think that's his name's Taylor, the SpudFit guy. Literally only ate potatoes. Now I know SpudFit actually added condiments every once in a while. I don't know about the other two. Now, High Carb Hannah, though, she actually did it with, like, she did it mainly potatoes, but she did add some vegetables. Like, she allowed green vegetables or onion or something like that, and actually still lost just about as much weight as doing just a regular potato diet. So that's the reason why I'm kind of doing the 10 days of nothing but potatoes, to cleanse the palate and really get that monotonous, like the habit of only eating until I'm full. And then adding in the vegetables for added vitamins and things like that. Like I said, vitamin A is lacking in the potatoes. So I'm going to make that up with sweet potatoes. And my dog is sniffing in the background. But that next 10 days is also to whatever else. I can't remember. There's one other vitamin I think it's lacking in a regular potato. And just to bring that back in. And then on the last 10 days to bring in fruit. So that way, natural sugar. Because I think it's really important for your body to understand what is natural and what is not. So, and I'm hoping to drink lots and lots of water, which is something I don't do that often. I've had a real bad habit since I was a child to literally not drink anything while I eat, and I would only drink water if I was like really hot and just come out of like playing outside and stuff, which is a bad habit to have. So I'm hoping to regulate my hormones with this, and so that way I'm not too broken out right now, but you can see acne scars and stuff. I have dealt with a lot of that, a lot of acne, and I'm almost 40, so I've dealt with a lot, more acne in my older age due to the PCOS that I didn't even know I had. I actually took a skincare class in college. I became an esthetician, and we went over the PCS part of skincare and how it affects, diseases and stuff that affect your skin. And I was amazed at all the symptoms that I had. And I was like, I think I'm going to bring this up to my doctor. And sure enough, he went over it with me and we talked about it. And he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you probably have it. And so I was just like, yay, something else to get diagnosed with. But, if you can hopefully get it under control, that's a good thing to know. So, but follow me on Instagram and you'll see what I'm eating. And I hope to do a video a day of at least one meal that I'm eating, so that way I can keep myself accountable. Hopefully this will go good. And I'm hoping by the end of the month to lose that quarantine 15. I know that's a lot in 1 month. Like, you're supposed to lose only like 2 pounds a week. But my body really, really needs to get this weight off. I will somewhere put in how much weight I am currently at. And I will keep a log of that on my Instagram as well, which is the same name as this channel. So my dog keeps going around everywhere sniffing. But good morning. So wish me luck. Bye.